All right, guys, you got this. Let's go. Gun right, triple E. Close that. Go. On one.
Ready?
Ready.
What's up, guys? It's Pick'em with HuddleGG, and welcome to our third episode here in our Ask Huddle series. If you guys are new here or haven't seen one of these before, what we do is we get questions from you guys in the community with things you're struggling with in Madden 25, and we answer them here for you in these videos each week. We typically will answer about 3 to 5 in each video, so if you want your questions answered in the future, just make sure that wherever you're watching this video, put it down there in the comment section below, and we will be sure to get to those in a future video. But we are going to hop into this week's video, and the first question that we have today is from mhall199523, and they ask, how do you defend RPO alert bubbles? So here you can see on offense, we are in an RPO alert bubble. Now, I will say that RPO alert bubbles are definitely going to be easier to defend than RPO read bubbles. Okay, so with an RPO alert bubble, first of all, we want to do something to shut down the run. A very easy thing this year is if you're in a 3-down lineman set, pinching those guys down and crashing them down just like that. And that's all you really need to do to stop that run portion of this RPO. And to stop the bubble, you don't have to do anything special other than either manning up the bubble guy or putting a hard flat out there, just making sure that you have the numbers advantage to the side that they are throwing it to, right? So you see here to the left side of the screen, they have 2 receivers blocking. So we need to make sure we have 2 defenders for each of those guys, which we do. And then the third defender here to the inside, we're just going to man him up on the guy who's running the bubble. So it's going to look just like this. You can see we have 3 people now for their 3 to the left side of the screen. And when they go to say hike, if they go to throw this, our guy is going to be in a good position to make a play there on that receiver. That's really all you have to do to be successful against these RPO alerts. Now, you can do the same thing against an RPO read, but you have to make sure that that player that you're manning up is not the read key. And we talk about that a lot on our YouTube channel. So if you want a detailed look at that, again, just type in RPO defense here on our channel, and we do talk about that a ton. But again, just know that you can do a similar thing against RPO reads, but you would have to shift your line to the left rather than crashing them down, just to make sure that this player is not the read key. But again, against these RPO alerts, all you have to do is really have the guys out there, have the numbers, and we're just going to man that guy up. Again, you can put him in a hard flat if you would like. That's another option. Do something to shut down the run. Pinch your line, crash down is a good option there. And you can see that we're going to have our guy in a really good position to shut down this play time and time again. Our next question today comes from House Habits, and they ask, in your opinion, what are the best defensive line abilities in the game at the moment? So I'm going to give you 2, and it's going to be edge threat, and it's going to be double or nothing. And the key to it is adding it onto the same player. Okay, so you can see here, this left of screen defensive end, we have edge threat and double or nothing. And then also this right of screen defensive end, we have both edge threat and double or nothing. They complement each other really well. And what we're going to want to do is try to create one-on-ones with these guys. Okay, so one thing I like to do here in 3-3 odd is I'm going to show blitz. I'm going to shift my line to the left. And I'm going to bring my user right here over the center to simulate like we're sending 5 people, which will then create a one-on-one here with the defensive end. And then we're going to get a one-on-one here as well. All right, so what you're going to see here is when we say hike, we're going to, again, make contact with that center. But you can see that we have the ability to win really quickly there with one or both of them. Now, it's not going to work every single rep, so I do want you guys to know that. Do not expect it to come in free or get immediate shed wins every single rep that you do this, but you are going to get it a good amount of time. So on this rep, if you look to the left here, you can see that immediately when he makes contact with that left tackle, he's already winning to the inside, and then he's going to be able to get there to that quarterback for the quick sack. So again, if we run it one more time here, or just a couple more times just to show you the consistency, again, we're just going to be right here over the center to try to create the one-on-ones across the board. And you're going to see that, again, we're going to be able to get good pressure there. That one, they were able to hold up the initial pass rush move, but you can see right after that, our right of screen defensive end is going to beat that guard, and he's going to be right there. Again, this is still not a lot of time that they have to sit there in the pocket and throw this ball. So again, one more time, we're going to try to create as many one-on-ones as we can across the board. And you're going to see right there, our interior defensive lineman gets an immediate win. So you can see 2 out of the 3 reps that we did, we got instant wins. And then the other one, we still got a pretty good shed. But you see our defensive end over the right guard here. You see how he immediately wins to the inside. And actually our left of screen defensive end immediately wins over the tackle as well. So you can see right here on this rep, we get 2 instant wins because of these abilities, or because of this combination of these 2 abilities on these players. And this is going to be the best way for you to create an organic pass rush with your defensive line. Our third question today comes from Julius Caesar, and they ask, what's a good concept to beat cover 4 quarters? So we're actually going to show you an easy one-play touchdown over the top that puts the user in a really tough predicament. So that being said, let's come out in cover 4 quarters on the defensive side of the ball, and we want to come out in an empty look on offense. And if you can, have the 3 receiver side to the wide side of the field, just to give us the best spacing. Now, we're going to send all 5 receiving threats vertical, but there is a specific way I like to do this to spread out the defense, specifically those 2 safeties. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the outside guys on comebacks, so it's going to look just like that, and then we're going to put the next receiver in to each side on a corner route, so it's going to look just like this. Now, from here, we're going to put the A, or that inside receiver, to the 3 receiver side on a streak. Okay, this is all we need to do to attack this coverage. The person responsible for that deep or that streak right down the seam is actually going to be the 3-rec hook, which a lot of times is the user, but even if it's not the user, the computer will not cover it either. And again, 9 times out of 10, your opponent is not going to know that's their responsibility with their user, and they're not going to cover it either way. And you're going to see that those 2 safeties are going to follow those corner routes, which again spreads the middle of the field out and gives us this wide open touchdown. So again, all we need to do is say hike at this point, buy a little bit of time in the pocket, and just lob this ball over the top, and it's an easy one-play touchdown. Again, if you like to run match coverage, I would highly recommend not running cover 4 quarters against empty sets, because this safety is responsible for the number 2 receiver if he goes vertical, and the same thing over here to the left side of the screen. He's responsible for the number 2 receiver if he goes vertical, and that leaves just the 3-rec hook here for that streak down the middle, and it's just going to be something that, again, I run match coverage a ton. I don't even really recognize this if someone would run this on me. They could catch me off guard as well. So again, the route combination is going to look just like this. We're just going to buy our time in the pocket, lob this ball over the top, and you can see it's a consistent one-play touchdown against cover 4 quarters style defenses. Our next question comes from Case Ace JK, and they ask, does Secure Protector still counter multiple abilities on the defensive line? For those of you that don't know what he's talking about, in years prior, if you had Secure Protector on an offensive lineman, it would help shut down inside stuff, no outsiders, and your pass rush abilities like edge threat or double or nothing. It does do pretty much the same thing this year. I have seen that occasionally your defensive line abilities will come through, but for the most part, it does a good job, and we're going to show you those here today. So again, this defensive end here on the right, Julius Peppers, I have inside stuff, no outsiders, edge threat, and double or nothing on him. And then my right tackle, I have Secure Protector on him. So first of all, a normal pass play, you're going to see the Secure Protector does a good job of not getting beat on the first contact, okay? He's still going to get shed. The defensive lineman is still going to get a shed and get to the quarterback eventually on most reps. But that initial pass rush dominant win, the Secure Protector will shut down. So you can see there, he does shut him down initially, and we would just want to step up into the pocket and avoid the pressure coming from the other defensive lineman. So again, against a first dominant pass rush move here, he's going to do a good job of nullifying that and taking that out of the picture, okay? So again, do not expect him to hold the block the entire play. If you're there for 6-7 seconds, he will get shed, especially after that first move. But that first move, he does a pretty good job of shutting that down. Now, let's go to a no outsiders type look for that defensive lineman, okay? So if we go to run an outside zone here to the right, you can see that we have those 2 guys matched up again, and you're going to see that that defensive lineman will not get an immediate shed against our Secure Protector, even though we have no outsiders on that player. So you can see there that our guy is going to push him to the outside and hold that block and do a good job, okay? So again, typically with these no outsiders and inside stuffs, the offensive lineman gets absolutely blown out of the water. You can see here he does a good job of holding that block, pushing that guy to the outside, and that would give us the opportunity to obviously cut the ball back up the field and get ourselves some nice yardage in the running game. And then lastly, if we do show it against an inside style run, so let's say that we move that player to the inside. So you can see on the left, we have Peppers right here, and then we have our Secure Protector there at left guard. If you go to run an inside zone, you're going to see that he's not going to get the dominant win against our Secure Protector to the inside either. So again, if you are looking for the best offensive line ability, Secure Protector is definitely one of those because of its ability to shut down inside stuff, no outsiders, and then your normal pass rush abilities like edge threat and double or nothing as well. Our final question today comes from Ravens Flock Let's Fly, and they ask, what is the best way to recover onside kicks? We're going to give you 2 of them here. Now, I do want to preface this by saying you cannot guarantee yourself to get an onside kick, and I probably won't actually recover one in the video here just because I don't want to run through 10 or 15 of these reps, but I'll show you 2 ways that we can really put our team in an opportunity to recover the ball. So the first one's going to be strong onside here, and what we want to do is we want to run this when they are not using this first player here, right here where Edelman's at. If they're not using this player, that's when we want to run this. And what you want to do for the setup is you want to go low kick, you want to move it all the way to the right, and we're going to push A to start the kick meter, and then we're just going to push it one more time all the way at the bottom right there. And what you're going to see is that guy will avoid that ball a lot of the times, and it gives our team the opportunity to get that recovery. Now, in that situation, you're going to see, again, the receiving team is going to get it more times than not. That's the way that the game is coded, but you can see that, again, if they're not using this guy right here, he is going to go up to block, and that leaves his spot vacant, which gets this ball right to this 10-yard marker, and you will get a player there before their team most of the time, but most of the time they will end up being the ones that recover it. But you can see how we put our team in a good spot to recover that ball. Now, the second one is going to be a high kick. So again, if you do know that they are using that first guy, this is one that we can go to. We are going to use speed onside here for this one. And what we want to do is, again, if we know that they're using this first guy here in the front, we want to go high kick. We're going to move the kick meter a little bit to the left, and then we're going to push A to start the meter, push it at the top, and then double tap it to get a power up there. And you're going to get that ball right there and get our guy jumping with the recovery or with the receiving team. And a lot of times you're going to see this ball get knocked out, and then it's going to just be, again, who can recover that ball. But you can see here, we're trying to create this animation right here where we get that guy jumping for the ball. And if our guy can make contact with him in the air, he will drop the ball a lot of the times. And then again, it is just up to, does our team recover it, or does the receiving team recover it? Again, these are going to be 2 ways that we can use to put our team in a good opportunity to recover the ball. Again, please note, you are not going to be able to recover the ball every single time, but these 2 kicks will give you a good opportunity to get that ball back occasionally when you need it there at the end of the game.
And if you guys are looking to get better at Madden, make sure to join our free Discord by going to HuddleGG/Discord. Thank you and have a great day.